Hello guys, welcome to the second episode of how to make your own Roblox game. In this episode we're gonna learn a few basics and that's all. Because I don't really wanna make videos too long or I just uh, let's just get on to the video. So if I select this here, I got the space plate. So to move my camera to look around, hold right click and move my mouse while holding right click. To move around, just use WASD QI. Q to go down, Q E. Q to go down, E to go up. So those six. And now we're gonna add a part by using this part tool. We can choose the shape. I'm gonna make a block, put it here, and I'm gonna with the select tool I can select something and drag it around, and to name the part in the explorer, which is the everything in my game. I can select it and press F2 or go to the properties, which is the properties of what I select. And maybe I can make it anchored so it doesn't fall. Anchored kind of makes it, if I make this anchored put in the sky, it doesn't fall, but if it's unanchored it will fall. Next is the lock. I guess we can not select something like that only in the explorer if it's locked. So I can make the transparency higher and something like this, and the reflection. Now we got this, and maybe change the material to something like glass. Now I have realistic glass, just a nice tip. Yep, that is pretty much realistic glass. Okay, you can go here and not that far. Here, name, you can change it to glass. Okay, so now I can select this and stuff. And I can move it with the move tool, which has a shortcut. Just like all these four have shortcuts, even this one, but I don't use this one. It doesn't really work. It's kind of always at the same time. And yeah, select tool, press 1, move tool, press 2, scale tool, press 3, rotate, press 4, or just select them like that. And the move tool lets you move something in a certain direction. Blue is for Z, I think, and red is for X. Y is for, green is for Y. Yeah. So next is the scale tool. Kind of same axis colors. You can scale things in that direction. Next is the rotate. It lets you rotate stuff in a certain direction. Kind of pretty useful. Now next, don't play with this, keep geometric, because anchored physical you can't move anchored parts. This is anchored, this is one location, and if this part was anchored I can't move it. Like this. And next we have is terrain. This helps you. I'm gonna just tell you, draw lets you draw, and you can draw a lot of stuff. And sculpt and edit actually not great. Sculpt lets you sculpt all this stuff, make it fatter. Smooth lets you smoothen stuff, maybe. Kind of opposite of sculpt. Paint lets you paint over stuff. You can choose which material in the paint. You can even choose which terrain material you use. You can make it brick. You can draw with brick. Select brick and draw with it. You can build some kind of maze thingy easily like that. Pretty easy. Instead of having 100 parts at the same time. Okay, next we have is I can select terrain or in the explorer and press delete or backspace to delete something. To delete an object, just select it in explorer or select it here. Press delete or backspace. And I'm kind of in a rush because I don't really want to waste any of your time. Let's flatten tool, you can flatten stuff. It's if you want it to be flat terrain. That looks pretty smooth. Now we have the crate. Let me put this back here. Crate lets you like give your clear all terrain. Generate. You can generate terrain. Just choose the axis. Choose what the terrain is gonna be. Item size and seed. Import. You can. I don't know what this does actually. And next we have is character. Lets you make rigs. You just choose R15, R6, or masculine or feminine. Actually, I don't really know if I read that correctly, but who cares? My avatar, skinned after, off after, block after, and so on. Actually, there's two more ones to illustrate them. Next, we have GUI. You can make GUI with this, and we have script. Actually, don't use these. If you want, it's kind of shortcut instead of selecting something and like pressing this icon. You can add objects. Now we can add some kind of parts here. You can add stuff. Add mesh part. Well, what does this mesh part look like? Looks kind of weird, but it's a mesh for some reason. Actually, this looks pretty much cooler than the actual Roblox stuff, but it doesn't have any texture, so yeah, you can add a lot of stuff. Just press this plus icon. Next we have again the material and color. You can select material and choose a color by pressing this drop down. And explore properties. Explores everything in your game. Properties is if I select a part or an object, it's all of these all of its properties. Can't collect, can't touch, anchored for custom physics, shape, name, brick color, cast shadow, material variant, reflection, transparency, all of that stuff. Next is the group. You can actually not use this if you want, but the difference between is a model and the folder is like you can like have two parts. I'm gonna make these both a model. When you select one of the parts, you can select the whole model. But if you had a folder instead, when you select the part, you select it by itself. So, and the shortcut to make models is to select both parts or even more parts. You can even make a model with only one part or a model by itself. You just press Ctrl G. And you want to make a folder, press Ctrl Alt G. To ungroup both model and folder, press Ctrl U. So next we have is avatars. Kinda for an ear, you can make animations. You can also have this character tool, UI. Kinda like the GI and a lot of stuff you can add. Script, you can a lot of stuff here. I don't really what these do. I don't really use them. I only know this one and the output. Keep this on, so if you script and test the game and have an error, it will say right here. Next is the model. Models kinda I can like union these and make them one part and separate. Maybe make this negate and put it inside of this and different way. Let's say like this. It's like the union. Then you have this weird looking part. Pretty weird. I won't lie. Next, you can also use the separate tool to separate them, and negate. You can negate something like unnegate it when you press negate again. Plugins is kind of things that you can find in the toolbox or the creator store that kind of help you. You can use this edit rig so you can make rigs. You can like use a lot of stuff here. We have the toolbox. In the toolbox, kind of free models, people make, they could be free actually, but they could be for money. Like people make, and I recommend not using them. So because lots of games use free models, and if you also use those free models, people will think your game's unofficial, and because like you just took something from another game also used. They'll know you could have copied it or like use the toolbox if they know what a toolbox even is. Because like if you're not a dev, you might not know anything about the toolbox. Next is kind of the assets menu. This asset manager is used for a lot of stuff. You just save Roblox to use that. And that is it for today's episode. If you need any help, please comment down below. And if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.